columnist and the Spectator contributor Karol Markowicz in the house. Democratic strategist and former Biden campaign surrogate Kevin Walling, hey girl, and former Trump Advisory Board member and Hotelling Risk Advisors managing director Jason Meister. Here we go. Good to see everybody. Kevin Walling, I'll start with you.
There's my guy. Hey, Jimmy.
I'm saying, I will start with you because you support the president, and as you know, I support you in all of your endeavors. Is it true that Jill Biden didn't make the trip because they were afraid she was going to call the Saudis a bunch of falafels?
I don't think that's the case. Listen, gaffes aside, the president is having a super meaningful visit, his first as president to the Middle East. He's meeting, obviously, with President Herzog and Prime Minister Lapid, reaffirming our strong commitment to the nation of Israel. He was at the Iron Dome, he was at Yad Vashem, and I think all the conversations about this gaffe that you highlighted are a distraction, and the talk of the squad are a distraction too, because they are a huge outlier in my party. This is a bipartisan, nonpartisan issue in terms of our ironclad support for the state of Israel, as the president affirmed on this trip.
Now, Kevin, I will grant you that as Biden gaffes go, this is like a 5 on a scale of 1 to, if you have a problem figuring out if you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. That being said,
does it go all the way to 10? Does it go all the way to 10?
It would get there, but you're about halfway there with this gaffe, and I would concede that, Karol. But let me ask you this, Karol.
He corrected himself.
Karol, on a day he is showing up and he is affirming his support for Israel, he's also pretty open about the fact that he's trying to work in the Iranians. Isn't this the equivalent of telling Johnny Depp you're here to protect his public image while giving Amber Heard a nationally syndicated talk show?
I like that analogy. Yeah, as far as gaffes go, this was not that bad. I actually was bracing for far worse at Yad Vashem. I thought that, it could go in many different terrible directions. This was a slight misspeak. That's fine. But you're absolutely right. He's saying that Israel is our friend and our ally, and Israel is. And I love that he said that Zionism isn't only for Jews, because Zionism to me is facing reality, something that the squad doesn't do, that Israel exists. Israel exists, it will exist, etc. But the thing is, Israel is making peace with everybody in the region who wants peace. You know who they're not making peace with? Iran. It's not a coincidence. Iran does not want peace. Biden should face that. If we're in a moment of reality facing for this administration, that should be top priority.
I would agree with that. Jason, let me throw this at you, okay? Should we really be thankful that Biden didn't repeat the line like it said in the teleprompter?
No, I don't think we should be thankful. I mean, look, this is all really sad. We're laughing, but this is the president of a global superpower. This is the commander-in-chief of the greatest, most powerful military in the world. We have nearly 4,000 nuclear warheads, and he's confounded to a teleprompter that he could barely read. Okay, he shakes hands with thin air. He falls off stationary bicycles. He can't go anywhere without a cheat sheet that's made and prepared by his handlers, and it's really his problem with his mental capacities that has created such dangerous world that we are living in and especially the Middle East, where Israel is increasingly attacked. Iran is now emboldened. The Taliban has found a safe haven and has been armed to the gills with U.S. weaponry, and ISIS is now swelling their ranks. So this man is creating a dangerous world all around the globe.
I'm going to put you down as a maybe on Joe Biden.
That's my line. That's a good line.
There you go, Walling. I think the real challenge here in this moment, though, is Biden has adopted so many policies at the behest of the far left wing of his party. And when you hear the squad so vocally condemning Israel, I think it's really hard for Israel to take him at his word. What say you, Kevin?
Yeah.
Well, I take the word of President Herzog and Prime Minister Lapid that has reinforced what the president was there to do, and that was to not just extend our commitment, but overextend our commitment when it comes to the Iron Dome, when it comes to the steadfast support that we have for the state of Israel. And the squad is 3, 4, 5 people in my party. I fundamentally reject the crap that they're peddling. Israel is the only functioning democracy in the heart of the Middle East. I've been there. I was there for Pride just a few years ago. That is an incredible thing. It's an incredible country, and this should not be a Democrat versus Republican issue. We are united as Americans in support of the state of Israel, and that is what the president was there to emphasize on the ground in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and throughout his trip.
Okay, well said. I give the game ball to this segment to Karol. Thanks, panel. Don't go anywhere.